morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see if I want to put my earpiece in this morning. I hope everybody's up and awake. Wake up, sleepyheads. We've been asleep maybe a few hours. We stayed up another late night. Reminiscent. I don't know. I don't use the word omen, but the way it played, it must have been something going on. Cause very eerie of CSU with this late night game. It happened again. Another double overtime for another late game and another weird game. Different halves of play. Not a late coming back with the momentum, but starting off with the momentum that you asked for. We're gonna get into this thing. Cause you know what, guys? I got the trusted pad today. You know when the trusted pad come out, y'all better come on in and get your seat. Cause I know you got a lot to say. Everybody come on in the room. I'm just gonna do this for my sake. This is Greg. Greg said it. We live, but hey, if you haven't subscribed, this is definitely the time you should be subscribed. I know a lot of stuff has changed and will change going forward, but Greg said it. He's gonna bring it, and we're gonna have a conversation here today. Go ahead and strap yourself in. Whether get your popcorn, your water, whatever you need, because I'm just gonna start off like this. I started taking notes early in the game. The way it was going, it was looking good. So I'm gonna start off with those notes because I started the notes. Little did I know the notes I was gonna end up taking. So I started off taking notes, and it was like somebody's been listening to me, definitely, and some of these other guys because everything we've been saying, it was weird. It was happening. It was like a dream. It was like, you know, I said run, should do a run, and man, he was running. You know, anybody that follow me, you know, I said, run, Shador, run. They're not checking for you, run. And man, he did it. They gave it, he took it. He ate them alive. All the people who argue with me, don't let the loss fool you. I said, run, Shador, run. And somebody got that message to him. Pigeon, somebody got it because he was running. And man, it was open all day, and they couldn't do nothing with him. You can't cover the receivers and him. That's what I saw. I also, talked about Travis and what he meant, and he was moving those chains. That was the big thing, because getting to that third down and moving the chains, it was a great thing to see. He got that thing moving. Some good things I saw. One, they moved Trevor Woods to linebacker. A lot of the guys who really been talking about this thing, they wanted to see that. We didn't see that coming. I thought we heard about Kennedy, or some different people coming in the linebacker, but Trevor Woods, I like it. He was able to, move. It only benefits us, and we'll get into this later. It only benefits us in a certain way. But I like that. He is definitely more of a fit for him close to the ball. But the negative part is he really hasn't had a chance to get acclimated to it. So he's still new to the position. But I think it's a better fit for him than safety, especially if he continue to play it and develop and get some size or whatever. What I really like from the jump, the 4 and 5 receiver sets, man, I love the 4 and 5 receiver sets. I feel like it maximized the talent you had on the field. You're able to get everybody on the field. I don't think they maximized it, but I think it would allow you to maximize it when you have 4 and 5 people. You had Antonio, big receiver out there, and you had Travis in the slot. There was nothing. I like him in that slot. I like the matchup, and he can get open quicker and easier when Shador needs Bell in that slot. It's a shorter throw, and he can work the middle of that field. I like the concept. I like the idea of that because him being in that slot, like I said, you gonna have to put somebody out there on him, and that's gonna take away some of that blitzing. So you saw Shadur was sitting in that pocket a lot longer for most of the game, almost too long at times. And then you saw that thing break down. He was able to run smart, and it showed on the scoreboard 29-0. They had no answer for it. I don't know if they necessarily ever find the answer to it. I think that they were kind of lured into a trap as far as not having to make an adjustments because you jumped out there early on them. And I think Stanford did make some adjustments, but at the same time, um, at the same time, it's like, we'll get into that because I'm trying to be positive right now. For y'all coming in, I'm going over my notes I had before the game went left, right? And what I like that the opponents missed another field goal. I think it was 0 for 6 in field goals. Like every time somebody went for field goal, they missed it. I like that. And it was looking good. I was like, oh yes, we're gonna get some reserves in to play. We just gonna step on the gas, right? And I really don't see. I really don't see what I'm about to get into. I can't say I saw it coming. I know Coach Prime said in his press conference he saw people get complacent. They definitely should put their foot on their throat, but I just couldn't see talent for what they had. They didn't have a Caleb at quarterback. They didn't really have a super receiver. Did decent, but they didn't really have a super big play receiver proven. I just don't see unless you just hand the game over how you could give away that many points. I just didn't see that coming. So this is what I did see for y'all who coming in. My trusted pad so much. This is when I start writing the negatives. It's like my good and bad, ugly I do. That was my good. Some of the bad. Let's get into the bad. Penalties. Ugly, bad, all the above. Do you guys know that Colorado got over 17 penalties? I think Stanford at one point had three. They probably got up close to probably five at most, but I know it was three. Colorado had more than three times the penalties than Stanford. We thought it couldn't get any worse. I think this topped it all. I think this probably the most penalties in the game. I think this was the most penalties in the game we saw for Colorado so far. So instead of getting better, I think some people saying I think it's getting worse. Um, in every area, special teams, defense, offense, penalties. I can say right now, the penalties. This is why they penalties is horrible. I said it before. If y'all follow me, if you don't, you should definitely subscribe and follow me. I know it's looking bad, but I'm gonna tell you the truth here. We get the penalties at all the wrong time. All the wrong time. You get a penalty. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna jump to it. Travis Hunter getting a shoving match. Guy is pushing him like a kid. He jaws off and push him in the face. The guy just pushing him. He hauls off and shoves the guy in the face. And they just stopped the team. I mean, they didn't stop them the whole second half. You finally get a stop. They gonna have to punt. And he go and haul off and hit the man. And they end up scoring on that drive. We seen that before. We seen them get dumb penalties on defense when they finally make a stop and the team end up scoring. It's not like they stopped them after that and they bailed them out or they got a field goal. They stopped them. And that penalty turned to a touchdown. Again, difference in the game. Um, but also extending the possessions of the team, giving them a second chance. You don't get a lot of we didn't get a lot of second chances on the penalties from anybody. But Stanford they didn't have a lot of penalties. So they weren't bailing you out. You're bailing them out through penalties. You're giving them extra 15 yard. Was it this game or last game? I hope I'm not tripping. The lineman, I think the lineman Harden this week. I think he got a whole in a NFL start or something. He had two penalties back to back. He equated for third and 20. Because he got 15 yards, third and 25, second and 25. He got two penalties back to back. Just killed the drive. Ended up having to punt. Penalties at all the wrong times. Killing the drives, killing the momentum, giving the other team extra possessions that lead to score. And then also taking away your own big plays you make. You get a big play, you get a penalty, it come back. You get a stop, it come back. Causing third and 15, second and 25, those long possessions that make you have to throw and they can pin their ears back on the quarterback. That's the kind of penalties you get. And that's my bad. Oh, we're gonna get into this thing. Yeah, if you got something to say, hey, the comments down. I see you say you're done with Colorado. Hey. Also, you can jump in this in the super chat and Say what you got to say, because it's not Sunday, guys. I know some games coming on. I used to do this on Sunday, but played on Friday. Look here. This is the ugly. This is the ugly. Overtime momentum. I knew we was in trouble with the overtime momentum when, see, the difference between what they call it, perfect timing, Brady time, legendary time, is when we had the momentum because we was the second half team, right? We wanted to have the early whatever second half team. It's different when the other team come in and score 20 points in the quarter. You have them 29 to zip, and they get 20 points in one quarter. It's different when Dave moving the ball and you're not. It's different when they have the momentum going into overtime. That's not good. But then this coach prime thing taking the ball first. He, it's like they're gonna kick the ball. They're gonna receive the ball at the halftime every time, and every time it's not even based on you say I have a good quarterback. What what we talked about this? We want to do this to backfire on us. What the purpose of overtime not getting the ball first? Like you want the ball first in overtime, but you don't want it first to set the tone in the game. That's different because the difference in overtime is you giving them a measurement. If you don't score, all they gotta do is kick a field goal. If you just kick a field goal, they know they gotta score, so they can build up for that. Especially if you do like Shador did, which is ugly. He threw an interception on third down. Like he was gone. He was mentally gone. He wasn't in Brady mode. He was in gone. Maybe he was just peed off, just pissed on the fact that this team came back on him and all the other drama. And we're gonna get into that because he just threw the ball up in the air and threw an interception. That's not even in his character. That's not even what he do. If you don't throw it out the back of the end zone, settle for the field goal. It's just like you giving up. Here you go. It's like you didn't have to do that. You wasn't last. Remember, you got the ball first. It wasn't like they scored and you was desperate to score. You got the ball first, so you set the tone. So basically, you just gave away the game. That's not even in your character. You just gave away the game, and they celebrated because they knew it. Because you didn't score. All they got to do is kick a field goal. They did. He just laid down for 3 plays. Here, lay down, lay down. Cause all we need to do is kick a field goal to win. I don't know if y'all know that. People don't know football or new to football. Overtime, you score, I score. If you don't score and I score, we win. So they went out there and scored the first time. The other team came right back and scored. So if you go out there, you got to at least score something because all they got to do is score something. If they go out there, if you go out there and throw an interception or fumble, whatever, the game is over, call they got to do is kick a field goal because you didn't score. You got to score something to make them score something. See, if you go out there and throw the interception, field goal wins. If you kick the field goal, they got to at least kick the field goal. You got some kind of hope. Now you just got to bank on them missing the field goal, getting the field goal blocked. But if you score, they got to at least kick the field goal or you win. You at least put some kind of pressure on them. You put no pressure on them by throwing the ball up in there. That's uncharacteristic. It was crazy. It was crazy because they would have had to score a touchdown, kick a field goal. You at least had a chance to stop them. You had no chance once you throw the interception. That's for people who don't know it. So this is the scary thing, guys, for you all coming in. I don't went over the good, bad, or ugly. You want to catch it, go back and catch it. What I said. The scary thing, what I see, they just revealed for everybody else how to beat them. We're gonna get into this thing now. They just revealed. Now I don't know if it matter because I got some theories going on here. They just revealed to every other team exactly how to beat them. It's not a question now. It was on offense. The defense just showed their hand. You already don't show that you wouldn't let everybody go across your face freely. Every game from CSU down. Drag routes, slants. Drag routes, slants. You just revealed you ain't even willing to move on the inside. You just gonna give them a slant. You know they run the slant. You can play on the inside. You got the sideline anyway. You're a corner. You can step over and cut off that inside and make them hard from across your face. You can do that, guys. If you actually play football, you know that there's no rule against it. I can slide over to your inner half of your body and take away your slant because that's all you proven to do. Now you can go a deep route too, but you're not gonna just keep throwing, especially on 3rd and 3. You know the slant coming. You gonna give away the slant on 3rd and 3? You give away the slant? How? I'm gonna tell y'all. This is a good time for me to interject. I played every position, pretty much everything. The only position I never played was quarterback, and that's strange because I was pretty much a top baseball player my whole life. I could have played quarterback, but the kind of teams I played on, they were too ignorant to see that, and I ain't want them to see it because I ain't want to get hit, and because they have a line, kind of like how Colorado played a lot of times, no line. And I won't forget this get hit. I'll be rushing to a run. So I played linebacker. I also played corner. I also played safety. I moved around. My senior year, I played for Maryland linebacker, but I got down corner, right? When we played a team that was known for slant, this is when we watched film and we made the adjustment. And I'd jump up on that thing, and I'd pick it off, and I did. So we're not talking theory. So when I say what happened to the simple hook and curl in my community and people talking, save it for somebody who don't know football. Hook to curl, linebacker. I played that same position with Trevor, and Trevor Woods was the perfect guy to be there. He's tall and he has ball skills. He got interceptions at safety. If you got to cheat, cheat. They ain't play action in you at all, guys. They not giving you a fake, the least spot at linebacker. They not swinging the running back out. They just straight stepping back throwing the slant. Corner for some reason refused. Even Travis Hunter refusing to take away the inside. The guy was bigger than him, way bigger. But that linebacker is the underneath. Travis Hunter's over top. If you want to cut that underneath, using his body against Travis Hunter, what happened to the hook to curl from that linebacker? I know Trevor's new to him. What happened to the hook to curl? This is called hook to curl, guy. Linebackers, two of them right here on the line. I wish I had a chalkboard. This guy right here is closer to Travis Hunter. A hook to curl is me as the linebacker. Y'all see my finger? He goes here and over. That's a hook to curl. That means he's playing the underneath route, but in the process of him going hook to curl, he's underneath that slant. Matter of fact, he's playing the slant. Cheat to the slant. Don't let the man beat you with the slant. That's the only thing. He 90% of the time he run the slant. They're like they run drag routes. Linebacker, sit up underneath and pick that thing, take it out. They could have killed the soul. Sit underneath that slant and pick it off. Because you ain't got nothing else to do. You're not blitzing. They ain't running the ball. They ain't running the ball. They ain't swinging a running back. They ain't trying to even distract you. You ain't got nothing else to do. You just bouncing around and then let the slant come right across your back. You see, all you had to do is step back 2 yards up underneath that slant and pick it off. At least they wouldn't be able to throw it because you'd be in the way. You just gonna let them keep doing it? Let them keep on doing it? That's called game time adjustment. I did that in high school as a linebacker. We made the adjustment. Hey, this is all they can do. It was like a Stanford type team. That's all they got. They got that one receiver and he run the slant. I pick that thing off, take it to the doggone house, kill it. That's all y'all got. Safety can't help you with that. Safety can sit over top and double coverage, help you. He can't help the corner with a slant. The linebacker guys have to help you with the slant. Don't make me get on my soapbox. Call me what you want. If you know anything about football, you know I'm talking about. If you're a clown, you don't. You can say, hey, couch coach, I ain't even on the couch. I'm telling you what I don't know. I've done it. You ain't. I play both of the positions. That corner job is to stay over top. He can't come underneath. If he get underneath, it's a touchdown like we seen. If that corner jump that route or fall like Cooper did on that slant, it's a touchdown. So that corner has to stay over top. And see, you got a big body receiver like him, Javon Antonio. That's why Javon Antonio was getting away with it. Because you using your body to shield him off. He can't come over top. It's going to be pass interference. The only other person that can help you is that linebacker. If you got to cheat over, cheat. Slide over. Do like Shiloh was doing. Shiloh would get in position here to take off running over top to help that doggone start him off behind. Because he said, I'm not going to give nothing over top. If that linebacker had to just take off running in front of that slant, and just to take it away, they weren't running the ball. So you didn't have no threat of them running the ball. They was only throwing the slant over and over again. Take your behind off and just get up on the slant. Let's take that away. Don't let the same man beat you. Make him do something else. All right? I'm gonna say this, guy. I see people in whatever, you know. Travis Hunter made a lot of he did make a lot of mistakes. Penalty. He had some decent coverage, but he also was he had 2 touchdowns. You know, he also moved the chain. He had a better offense today. He didn't have a great defense today. His defensive blunders, I don't know. One he was in position. You know, I know. I don't know, but I can't say this. Just like y'all making comments, this stuff has started weeks ago. From I mean, look at the speeches in the room. I just thought about something. Look at the speeches that they're posting in the room about what's your future. Basically, you ain't got no future in football, or some of y'all whining. We watching them post this on well off, so they throwing hints. No, ain't no worship because they throwing hints. I mean, they put it out there, so they know what they put out there. They put out there, and they didn't have to. That players are complaining about coaches, complaining about playing. Coach Prime has mentioned, y'all act like you want to play. Here your chance. They've been doing it for a few weeks, and you also seeing other coaches starting to get up there. I think it was Thurman when they did the extended version of talking about your future, um, all of that. It it's a lot of comments from multiple coaches, and the fact they posting it that these players are complaining. This is why this matters because this game right here, Greg said it. I hate to not be saying what the game predictions, all that. I'm telling you what I see. I'm gonna tell y'all, all 51 of y'all, what I see, and whoever gonna watch this video after this. This team, I'm not trying to put no words on them. I'm just gonna tell you what I see. They're going downhill. No, no, they going downhill. And it's not necessarily all. I got some theories on this thing. I think it's beyond natural. They're going downhill because I've seen multiple times where the players were arguing with each other on the field and off the field, which hasn't been done. No game, not like that. I watched that team. Um, I watched Shiloh run behind Stoudemire. What are you doing? It was on camera. Because Stoudemire, again, safety is going over top. You know he's going over top to help you over top. You stay underneath. Don't give up a deep route underneath. You ran past your man. He do a deep out. You get him the deep out running over top, running into the safety. The safety is already back there. He running past his man. His man plant. He act like he had no agility. I never seen stop my play like that. He looked tired too, but he just like his legs wasn't working. He's stopping, they plant, and he just falling all over the place. And some Salo like, what are you doing? Salo, Salo was over top. That was the defense. Salo was showing it. He was sprinting to make sure he protect them. He when he hit ball height, he take off running over top to make sure one man over top. All your boy have to do is stay underneath. Right? So that's what you say got beat, but the corners were they really displayed the corners yesterday. It wasn't safeties as much um as the corners. So Stoudemire was getting toasted. Then he got penalties, and this is where we get into something. They was fought. I saw the linebackers like frantically pouring, and I'm like, this one they had to lead decently. It was very dramatic in how they interacted. I know it was a lot of new. That's another thing. You got new linebacker core ain't played together. That's what happened when you don't play together. That's what they really exposing. People playing different positions from week to week. It's no solid locked in position. I don't know what happened to. Somebody can tell me what happened to Cooper, because Cooper came out and Stoudemire ended up playing it. I know Cooper would have covered better. I don't know what happened to Cooper. I don't know if he got hurt because it would end up being um, Cooper, Stoudemire and Travis, and they was hitting both of them up. Travis more so towards the end of the game. Mostly it was Stoudemire. And I told myself, what happened to Kamani? I saw Kamani in there at some point. He wasn't in that long. And somebody was doing a cross route on him. And it's like cross routes can really only really be ended by them linebackers. Because you cross my face, that linebacker should be waiting for you, or he should be sitting underneath that route. Especially if they know how to read and not get sucked in. We ain't really doing this real play action, honestly, to lure that linebacker in. Not really. They taking their own dumb self down, bouncing right into the into the to the line. You gotta be disciplined as a linebacker. Stay in your place. Stay in your place and not bounce up in the line till you see it's a commitment of the run, right? I can't say who would have stopped it because this has been going on for weeks. But I know the corner's not sliding on the inside and taking away and forcing them to the outside. And I know the backers, they slant, slant, slant. I'll cheat over or I just sprint over there on the height just to sit up under it. At least give my corner. I say corner got to have time to recover because he got to stay over top. So that you notice that slant is usually open within the first 2 3 rows. We see it with Javon Antonio. So we saw a mental breakdown of the team, and that's not good. We saw the Oregon on the sideline. We go and say we saw Carl Starmeyer say Coach Prime turned the heat or raised his voice, and they was jumping on him, and he was one getting the butt toasted. Yeah, he got to go. You getting your butt toasted, he gonna hit that portal. Bye bye. He's a freshman. I don't know what's going on because they didn't want no accountability. He said something to stop my everybody else. He say something too. They don't say nothing back. He jumped up. He turned to a little. I'm doing something, whatever. And then he's still going on over there. And then he go get toasted some more. And the crazy part about it is now people gonna say, why did he stay on the field? Because other people, I know Robert's gonna say, when I messed up, you took me off the field. Oh, he get to talk back to you, and he got to stay on the field. You know, Kamani, why they didn't put him? I don't know what happened to the corners. I don't know how he got to stay out there before, during, or after all that. Because he stayed out there pretty much that second half. Cooper, I hope he will hurt. He didn't ever come back. Kamani never came back. And Stoudemire got on display in every way. Should Travis have played many steps? Probably should have rolled him in slow. He definitely was more winded than normal. Um, he got a lot of theories. Family families have theories on why. I did a video on favoritism. Go check it out. Um, all this stuff when it comes to surface. See, ain't nothing make negatively surface more than raggedness and confusion. We saw all kinds of confusion on that field. We saw coaches in confusion. We saw players confusion. Confusion hit that team. Even with the lead, it wasn't like you was down. Pandemonium hit that team. It was supernatural. I'm just gonna call it that. It's supernatural. It wasn't natural. It's like confusion hit their minds and they start attacking each other. And they just had a whole mental breakdown. The whole third quarter, they gave up about 20 points in one quarter. In one quarter after halftime. And they didn't score not 1 point. They didn't score again in the fourth quarter. And then they still score. I don't know, you got some heebie jeebies, some hoodoo going on. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. I saw some rappers come up and they ain't gonna call no names, me go. I saw him there with Coach Prime 1 minute. Next you know, I see you on the internet. He with the little spell lady, smiling like she smelled good and looked good. And I bet now one of them was true. He all hugged up on her, and she looking like, and he all like this girl. Like what are you hanging with her for? He was all that shooting pool. I don't know. That's conspiracy. But I do believe, guys, that negative energy was on display. I'm seeing negative energy from the fans. Everybody turning on, and they kind of like started to trickle off at Oregon because I don't think that they have true fans. I get what people talk about bandwagon, and I don't even know what a fan is because I don't really like the word fan. And I like sports. I like clean sports. I don't just want you to win because you're my team. I follow this team because I like the story. I like what they represent. I like what's possible. You know, I like what's possible. Um, I like how they go about things, personal development. I like that. I'm not a super duper fan. You're not gonna catch me crying or depressed or can't go to work after no game, fighting, you know. So there's no need for me to get super negative. I can always be objective. Ain't gonna be no emotion here. Ain't gonna be no blame calling people out. I'm gonna call it for what it is, and it's gonna be what you already know and what the players already know. I'm not here to shame nobody, and I can say the negative energy was on display. The fans had already started trickling down. I think this is the straw that breaks the back of the people who are not really fans. They finally gonna reveal themselves. Go ahead and be ready. Um, Go ahead and be ready for all the talk shows to be the biggest talks. So we can't talk about your win and you're going 5-2. This is the worst win the loss they could have had. Not only is the worst loss they could have had because practically the sorriest team in the conference, really, maybe rivaled by Cal only, but they finna go on one of the hardest stretches against some of the strongest teams, and you just didn't give you a chance of a shot to look competitive. But now your conference thing was out because you had to go head to head against two of the top teams. I was gonna watch Washington and Oregon today to see how that go and strategically who need to lose. But it don't matter now. It's almost like I don't even have to watch it. For what? We if everybody got their theories, everybody wanna go and now they wanna go say everybody was right. Don't go talk about everybody right unless you've been saying it. Don't be no coward, don't be no hypocrite. Don't go to repeat stuff people said now. You was down with the videos, now you're not. In the back of your head, you should say it like other folks said it. It's easy to say now, cut the cameras off. That was the first thing they said when they lost the first game or two. I knew that was coming. That's so predictable. You so predictable, guys. We already know they're gonna attack him and everything. They already was jealous of. They was jealous of the cameras. They was jealous of the notoriety, the celebrities, and the common sense. A 3-year-old, 5-year old, no. The first thing you gonna say is attack all of that because that's what they was attacking the whole time. They just couldn't do nothing with him because he was winning. But that's what he needed to build his program. He didn't have no money. I don't said this before. This is old. He don't have a big collective. They're asking for people this whole week to contribute a collective. They barely had money to hire him. He used what he had. You're jealous of it. You got to. That's your problem. Does it hurt his players? Then he need to get his personnel. Is it too much for the kids? Get them distracted? Maybe. But you can't act like that's a fact. I mean, you sound like you hate them. Talking about what they need to do or not do regarding the clicks and the cameras and all that. Because they were winning with it. But as soon as they lose, you want to use that against them. They won with it, they lose with it. So clearly, that ain't the factor. That ain't the factor. The factor is they got a team that didn't play together. Talk like you know football. The fact is they got a team that ain't played together, and everything that they showing it shows that. Talk about facts. The fact is they don't play all personnel every different game, and they ain't got no chemistry. And all the play breakdowns come from people who either don't trust the player behind them or on the side of them, or they ain't on the same page. They not on the same page. They're not on the same page. You gonna go left, I'm gonna go right. We both going left. We both going right. And then we like, what you doing? That comes from not playing together. You can call it, that ain't got nothing to do with coaching. That has to do with I I I have to play with you enough to trust you. And the same go for the coaching. The coaching gonna put in who they have, who they know. They could be wrong, but I may find out after the season, halfway through the season, that I was wrong. I don't know you like that until I see what you do. Do the coach have a part to make adjustments? Yeah, and they got to be bold in the adjustments. They got to be as bold as other teams be. I just put somebody on the bench, put somebody in, and it worked. In some cases, it worked when Kamani came in and Miller came in, so we seen them make adjustments. But they ain't making adjustment when it count because they definitely need an adjustment yesterday. They definitely need adjustment last night on that defense to put that fire out. They couldn't put that fire out. They couldn't put that fire out. Now everybody got predictions. I heard people say 6-6 from the jump, and a lot of them concluded this on some other channels on this being a loss. It was 29-0, and it came self fulfilling prophecy. It's possible that this whole thing just snowballs. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not a hater, and I don't have to speak crap. I'm looking at what's going on. It's possible that this season snowballs. They will have to fight to go 6-6 at this point. They just gave up an easy game that was clearly easy, one of the easier teams to play. And Arizona is the next supposedly easiest, and they can hang in the game. But you really should beat them talent for talent. But if you're doing stupid stuff like getting 17, 20 penalties and 200 yards and penalties, and at all the wrong times, anybody can beat you. Touchdown penalty. Oh, 3rd and 7. We stopped them. Penalty, automatic first down. You giving them second and third and fourth chances? Anybody can beat you. Especially if you just gonna self-destruct. You're gonna fall down and give a 90-yard touchdown and then do it again and then do it again. And they scored 3 straight times in the third quarter after halftime. The only adjustment I seen is Cooper came in and they come back out. It didn't stop nothing. All the stats are coming out. Everybody talking about, hey. Of course the team's got film. You know, they're not getting pressure. They're giving up sacks. More sacks and giving up more yards, giving up more touchdowns than everybody. Giving up more sacks than everybody. You know, no pressure, right. If there ain't no pressure, no blitz. They're picking up everything. Right. We can say all that, but it was 29-0. See what I'm saying? That's why it makes no sense. That's why I didn't get no solution out of it. All that's true, but they did something in the first half to be 29-0. So you can't keep the same excuse, same diagnosis because it wasn't. They was down 29 and it was a late start like all the games. They started off 29-0. So that means two things happened. They mean their line was blocking, and they mean their defense was stopping. Period. So we can't say what they can't do. It's something else going on. And your theory is your theory, but the fact is they had over 17 penalties. The fact is they had about 200 yards in penalty yards. That's the fact. You can say who the worst team, who the best team, what they didn't do. They do something right, you undermine it. When they do something wrong, you elevate it. We don't need to hear that from you because you're biased. But at the same time, the fact is this is a new team. And every error that you see, from the coaches to the players, is exposing that fact. The fact that they don't have a chemistry, the fact they don't play together well, the fact that they making key mistakes is like they just started playing together last week. The fact is that hey, and maybe we get into some of the chat because it's easy to talk when a man down. You know, it's easy to talk when the man down. It's hard to talk on him when he's up. It's like you. It's like they were screwing up and winning. The haters will salivate. The haters will salivate. I hope everything they doing. Oh, they got too many celebrities. They gonna lose. Oh, they got too many videos. They was winning. We say, oh, they only got Shador. They only got this. They were winning. You had all the negative stuff to say about them when they was winning, but you just couldn't. You had nothing to back it up. Then they go to losing, and now it's like everything coming out. That's what we gonna see. You know, some people say it's growing pains. Some people say it's foundation. This is not a foundation. Trust me. Because what I'm really saying, and what I'm really seeing, and what I'm really trying to say, and I want to know if y'all agree, because all the theories is cute. What we just seen, it's like Coach Prime. I'm gonna give you something. Coach Prime said, "I don't want to go to NFL because I don't want to go with a bunch of people who don't love the game." He's starting to say these players don't love the game. He's starting to say that people don't love the game. That's signs from him, them walking papers. Because he said, "I would never coach in the NFL because I come out with half a team." before I sit out there and let you not love the game and you get paid. Y'all, this a bye week. This couldn't have been the worst time. Don't be surprised if some of these players don't come back. This is what I'm saying. Don't be surprised. It's an off week. He might put his foot in a butt so bad. He might try to. It might be the doggone transfer portal part two. He might run off. He might run off these doggone players. He might run off some players. Some players might not return. Kind of like the Celebration Bowl. I can see that happening from the language, from what I seen transpire, and it's an off week, and it's like it's not a positive off week. See, it's one thing about having an off week. A negative off week and a positive off week is different. Positive off week, I give you a couple of days. We're gonna come back and get ready for the UCLA game. We only lost one conference game, but I can see this off week being somebody gonna have some come to Jesus me. You might as well hit that portal. Oh, you gonna hit the portal. Some people say Kamani gonna hit it. It's a roller coaster. Should he gonna play? He not. A lot of these guys who can, these freshmen can hit the portal. Because they ain't transferred in. Them guys who just transferred in stuck. Well, do you want them stuck? Because they gonna be there hating and bad energy and don't want to be there. That's the thing about that portal. You get somebody to come in and don't work out, they stuck with a scholarship for the most part. Then when these guys hit the portal, we'll start him out. He might need to go ahead and hit it. Where he at, he need to go ahead and hit it. Somebody they know his dad. He know a lot of people dad, which further shows why he shouldn't be doing that. So you really screwed up. If you the one back talking, I know your dad. I would not be surprised from what I've seen if jealousy has finally arose in that camp. I would not be surprised. A matter of fact, I'm pretty much almost certain that's what's going on. I hate to say it. Now, when I go so far as say lines intentionally missing blocks, I don't know what kind of conversation going on behind the scenes. But I believe that a lot of things can cause jealousy. I believe the camera, because I heard people complaining. I heard parents. I don't even know why they worry about it. My son ain't never on the camera. Thank you, theirs, or thank you ever. Thank you ever. All these other people outside of the camera will interview them. They make comments like, you know, that they not getting the spotlight. Your child is not there to get the spotlight. That's additional. They can brand it however they branded it. They never said I'm here to brand your child. Well off, whatever. That's their channel. That's their channel. So I don't. I can see some people definitely jealous of them kids who get a spotlight. You know, remember that. But y'all don't forget that Prime documentary is there. They filming all this behind the scenes. The Amazon Prime. The Amazon Prime is behind the scene catching all of it. I want that's gonna be like a reality show. Cause all this drama that well off ain't showing all of it. They sure not. It's some jealousy going on. It's some division going on. It's confusion going on. It's no longer theory. We saw it with our own eyes last night. We saw confusion with coaches winning the game. You would have thought they were down by 29. That's how you know. Somebody's my spirit of jealousy. See, some of y'all want to talk. Y'all don't even want to know that kind of stuff. You can just be quiet. You can be expert and don't know nothing about how deep this stuff go. When you see confusion hit like that, and you blaming people, is that what we saw last night wasn't normal. When people go to doing things outside of their normal, like Shador throwing the interception, he will know he's very aware of the game. People start acting out of character with the decision making. Just chaos everywhere, confusion everywhere, and it's like everything ain't fall apart. And he's like, put this file. Everybody like in a panic. You just can't do that. We call it momentum. Momentum to me is very spiritual. I was talking about that. It can work on either side. That kind of lead being blown on that kind of team is just you seen how dominant you were. It's not like you played a good team, you just snuck up on them. They woke up. You're not playing a top quarterback. You're not playing a top receiver. That came back with a non-top quarterback and non-top receiver, and it was going to the same person over and over again, over and over again. It's more than one person dropping that seed, because as I already said, the coaches have been bringing this up continuously in the meetings this week, and they don't put everything out there. So for it's almost like justifying what was coming, like they saw it coming. Because well off putting them videos out there, they could have edited that out. They don't put all the other talk, all these talks. I felt that I was like, why are they putting that out there? He do his positive talk in the morning, then you usually go to practice. How did you go out there and put these videos where day after day the coaches get on the players saying, y'all better have a plan B. Y'all ain't gonna make it in some of y'all, which is true, but then the tone go into y'all complaining, but it's your shot. I heard Coach Prime said, I heard multiple coaches with that tone and that the threats. Some of y'all I heard what my coach got, Edge coach from Georgia. You know, y'all basically saying some of y'all ain't gonna be here next year. And it's like, and then I heard Coach Hart, which is uncharacteristic. He go out there. I didn't see it. I heard that he went out there um and said that a coach gonna have to pack his bags. He don't know if he gonna be paying rent, paying the mortgage, or getting ready to move. And I'm saying like, how they get out the camp? What messages? What's when people start putting stuff out, that mean they at last resort. Like they can't say it to you, and that ain't in their character. They usually keep stuff in house. It's got to be really bad for me to go and put it out there for everybody to hear, for me to let you know, for me to let you know that everybody know. It ain't good enough for me to tell you. That's a real threat. And for your friend, best friend, Coach Prime ain't said. Hart said it, and he's saying it in a joking way. It's almost like a mockery. So it's almost like you calling out that person. Like you ain't even my boss, and you saying it. Like that's how you know it's toxic. When the coach is doing it, it's like working in a school. If the teacher's bickering, ain't no teacher gonna go on. You trying to stop discipline issues and fights and skipping class and failing grades, and the principal going at the teachers, and the teachers trying to undermine the principal, and the teachers is talking with the parents and siding with the parents, and the teachers is talking with the students against the principal. Ooh, you was toast. You better hurry up and get out of that school year. If they going at a coach, and let's say that coach has some players who like them, now you got divided players because the players want to support their coach, like a divided household. You with the mama, you with the daddy. When you start hearing of the grumbling amongst the coaches, that's the worst kind of thing. You can deal with players. You can deal with players. You can get rid of them. It's like you already send out warning shots at the coach halfway through season. How do that coach? How do you, whoever that is, how do you expect him to do a good job? You already don't call them out, threaten him. He about ready to quit. He might quit. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised we get back on here and come back. Some people gone, coaches included. Coaches get fired too. Coaches get interim coaches come in. Don't be surprised, man. If we come back from this break and he just say, forget went to the end of the season. I'm just y'all can go. You and the players don't come back. And then see, you know what happened with players, they tend to click up. Players tend to click up. Like them players who clicked up and left. And it's like, ooh, some of them linemen they shouldn't have left. They should have stayed. Them coaches, them players would turn around and do a coup or protest, and they'll be like, get 4, 5, or 10 of us, and that seed of jealousy or whatever rebellion go through there, and you'll have a divided locker room if you don't already have it. Everybody right now talking about what shoulda, woulda, coulda happened. You can't do nothing with shoulda, woulda. You had 29 to zip. Them boys put 29 points up in one half. Don't go to telling me what should have happened. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. The only thing that should have happened is what shouldn't have happened. Penalties and chaos and disruption and division in that team. They had nothing to do with play on the field. So we said why they ran the ball. They ran the ball at the end. That's how you slowed the clock down in the last possession when they did they score? I don't know if they scored on their last possession. Whatever. I might they end up punting and took that penalty and punted in between the 1 yard line. They still let them go down there and top the game on them slants. The only thing that should have happened is what shouldn't have happened. We can't talk about they should have ran the ball more. They scored how many points, guys? What are you talking about? You want to score 100? You don't need to score 100 to make up for 100 mistakes. Keep that chat going. I can't see everything. Y'all in there now. My thing is they ran the ball decent when they needed to. You can't say they lost because they didn't run the ball. You can't say they lost because they didn't score enough points. They lost the game because they fell apart. Ma'ams and sirs. And that right there, no play calling can fix that. Are y'all not following this? I know everybody want to coach and say this and say that, but they lost because they fell apart, not because they didn't come together. They had a fast start. That's what you wanted. 29 is up at halftime. You can't ask for much more. They fell apart. We got to figure out. No, they got to figure out. They got to figure out why they fell apart. We say run the clock. Man, they gave up 3 big play touchdowns in 1 quarter to put the team within 10 points of the game. They gave up a quick slant touchdown, a simple fade-ish looking route. Travis Hunter kept running the boy back shoulder caught it, which you can't do much with it. Then he reversed all the way across the field and ran touchdown up the sideline again. They scored 3 easy, barely contested touchdowns in the third quarter. In 1 quarter, they didn't spread out over two. They could have slowed that down. I mean, it would have been impossible for them to come back. But also, Colorado didn't score not a touchdown, not a field goal, not nothing in the third quarter. Nothing. So it is what it is. If you let that kind of momentum kick in, you definitely don't want to go into overtime because I mean I think they showed something. What 29 to zip CU, and then they showed something like 23 to zip Colorado. I mean Stanford. That's how the game went. It was like the total opposite. They dominated the first half, and then they turned around and dominated the second half. How in the world do you justify that? The team fell apart. You people say Kamani should have played. That's an opinion. Because Kamani did play, and he didn't stay on that long. They didn't keep him down like Stoudemire, but they were catching on him too. He didn't get him down like he did against USC. I mean, are y'all watching the game? I saw one in there, and they was doing the same drag route. Something did happen with Juju, because Prime made the comment. Go ask him. Something happened to Juju last couple weeks. I don't know if Juju. I don't know. He a grad person, so I don't know about grades. I don't know. Something going on with Juju, but Juju came in with some suspect attitude and character. So you hold your breath for him to make it through the season. Something happened with Juju since Arizona. Something happened with a lot of them. There's a lot of stuff y'all don't even know what's going on. There's some players that didn't even play last week because something happened the night before the game. And nobody addressed it. They kept it a secret. But clearly something's going on in that camp. It ain't came out, but I know some people know something happened. I don't know if the boys went out and missed curfew, but something happened. Well, that's why a lot of them didn't play against SU. I believe Juju was one of them. And he seemed like the kind of person, some go negative, he go all the way negative until he end up on a whole nother team. That's how he got here in the first place. Like a person who can't control I don't know him. Seem like a person who can't control his character or his emotions or something. They just go left because he ain't play again this week. He's not injured. And Savion didn't play either. And I don't think he injured. But I saw Robinson didn't touch the field. Um, Travis J, he didn't get out there. Um, you, Travis J catching slant. You want them to put Travis J on that receiver. They had the right person on the receiver. But it's that slant on a big body guy only stopped by that linebacker right there. That linebacker slide his butt over or sprint over there and pick that thing off, take it to the house. Or just eliminate that route. Period. Period. That's not on the corner. Because he was catching, he was tackling. I mean, yeah, third and two, quick slant all day. That's what we dealing with. Y'all, you know, everybody says who should have started. Yeah, yeah, y'all have no solution. Started, who should have started and not started wasn't the issue. Y'all talking about who should have started, and it was a 29-0 start to the game. Who started wasn't the issue. This who fell apart was the issue. And I'm saying, and I'm gonna say again, the falling apart is happening in that camp. Y'all can keep talking about who should have played all day. It wasn't the play. It's something going on. It's some dysfunction going on. And it's starting to bubble up to the surface where you can see it. And that's what I see. And I'm gonna close out with this. I see that something is bubbling up in that camp. I'm saying people argue and fight. They wasn't doing that in the game. I'm saying people talking back, even talking back to Coach Prime, like Stoudemire. I'm seeing a lot of hand and body language out in the field, secondary to linebackers, D line, and they arguing and fighting with each other, even when they was winning. That's never a good sign. You act like y'all losing and y'all ain't lost yet. They were already falling apart. They not respecting each other, not trusting each other in the field. I don't know how you can play on a team that way. And it's something going on in that locker room. And it probably come out soon. Somebody probably gonna run their mouth. Their family, their parents gonna run their mouth. Or we might see it in the documentary. But something going on. Greg said it. I also see it's dangerous who you playing. UCLA, Oregon State, Washington State, even Arizona, Utah, and you playing some of these games away and having these issues of not being on the same page. And you put on tape exactly how to beat you. I know I'll be right up underneath that pick. Right up on that linebacker all day. I'll be up under that, shut that down. But that's old days. But I'm telling you, they just showed everybody how to beat them. I'm gonna end on that. Knowing football, they just showed everybody how to beat them. They just showed I can get three or two of my best guys. And you know why that's true? Because that's exactly how CSU stayed in the game. Horton, it only took Horton or number two, number four, and that quarterback and number five. They only took two or three guys to give Colorado hell in key positions. A big guy at that receiver, another receiver like number 24 played last night. Just a couple receivers running slots and drags, and a quarterback who don't make a lot of mistakes in accuracy, and they feel like they can beat Colorado. Slot drags and slants, drags and slants. That's what they just revealed. Now we can talk about favoritism. That's an opinion. We can talk about who should have played. That's an opinion, and that's your opinion. But the fact is, there's something going on in that camp. That's an opinion, but we seen it. And the fact is, the people who watching the tape, they gonna do exactly the same thing, and they really been doing it. Who anybody who stayed in the game with Colorado, drag routes and slants. They ain't even run the ball. Somebody said it. It said everybody else is running teams seem to get to Colorado and throw. And we keep saying our strong suit is our secondary. Clearly, everybody has figured it out. They'd rather throw on Colorado than run. Y'all, everybody ran their mouth for the whole year. We don't have a run defense. We don't have a run defense. Nobody really ain't running like that. They did run. They had a couple big runs, but you missed the fly on the wall, the elephant in the room. You missed it. Everybody's really been saying we can throw these underneath routes all day because the linebackers are not getting back. They're not making adjustments, and the corners are not taking away the inside. Yeah, the refs didn't call stuff, but guess what? The ref is irrelevant in 29-0 game. You see what I'm saying? They've been playing. Ref been calling crazy stuff, but you're right. They ain't been playing discipline. They ain't been consistent, and they blowing leads. They giving the game away. They giving the game away. Y'all, I appreciate y'all in the chat. Y'all, man, y'all been holding it down. This ain't the end. And I would hate to say it. I don't like the way it's looking. It's beyond football. The camaraderie, the morale, it's not looking good. It's not looking good from the speeches the coach is giving. It's not looking good from the continual issues and the complaints that Coach Prime is putting out there in the press. You go look at the press post game press conferences and how he's saying. Listen to what he's saying. Not listen to what you want to hear. Listen to what he's saying, and then know how he operates from how he's done things in the past. It's not looking good. He finna demolition his team and just bringing a whole bunch of other people. We hope it's not favoritism. We hope it's not hatertism, but it's something. Oh yeah, the 12 men on the field, that was part of the penalty thing I didn't mention. I think my mom said it happened 5 times. I'm gonna deny. I think 2 or 3, but more than one is enough. And all of them happen in the red zone, pretty much. Not using your weapons properly. Yeah, we get Dylan Moore in space. Mario Miller, where was he? Kamani, where was he? We can say that all day. That's what you saying after they gave up a 29-0 lead. You want to say none of that when they had 29-0, well, none of that existed. So it's like, again, their ability to score, one issue. They got some personnel issues, some personal issues here. That's beyond football. That's beyond who you feel should be in the game. Something's going on in the camp. Shout out Prime Sports Media. Something's going on in the camp, guys. That's what Greg is saying. Everybody, all the hate, all the deep down feelings that you already had about Coach Prime and his team, but you enjoyed the ride. It's gonna reveal you at this point. It reveals to you. It reveals that you wasn't really with them. And I knew that. I hated when I saw all these people show up after the TCU game. I'm like, where do these people come from? I know I've been doing some videos. I know people like Prime Sports Media and the other guys been doing videos. And I haven't seen these people. Where do these people come from? All on social media. I'm with Prime, I'm bandwagon. I know that's typical football, but these were not people who were there. They doubted this thing. Like he said, they said you doubted me. We coming. That's why that thing was there. And then everybody jumped on and all the media, even some of his friends, I don't think believe in this team. I even heard them kind of like Michael Irvin kind of change his tone a little bit. These people did not believe in this team. And it's like you get a whole bunch of people around you and anything in your life that really not for you, that's on you when you down. I mean when you up, but when you down, they step on you. That's never good. And that was my biggest. I was like, what's going on? I know these people wasn't here. And so when you got those kind of people, they don't have the same character. See, when you down, you need people to help you fight. When you going through, you need people who are going to encourage you and help you get that rat out the hole. But he don't really have people around him. A lot of them celebrities just there for clout. The players there for clout. He got to go through a hard discovery of who's really for him. He might got to look at his coaches because a lot of times people just selfish. People just want. I just want to get this to help me out. I'm not really here for you. I'm just here to come up. So you think, oh, you here for me, you down for me, you with love. I'm gonna support you. No, it's not mutual. Clearly, these people ain't here for the love of the game. He's saying that at the press conference. What you're really saying is everybody's not as genuine. They calling you daddy ball favoritism. You can't escape that. Ain't nothing you say to a person who believe that. Nothing you can say to a person who don't see who you are or see you as a bad person, whether it's true or not. Nothing you can say to them. And my biggest concern was so many people who got on the bandwagon. I knew most of them weren't for him, but it was just cute. It was just a thing to do. People like to be part of the it thing, post it on social media and get some likes. You don't even know what's going on. You just post stuff. You don't even know who on the team. People do that. But these same people who jumped on the bandwagon against you or for you will jump on the bandwagon against you. The same people who act like they were with you, they'd be just as quick to jump on wherever that bandwagon going. That's what 90% of people going. The bandwagon for Prime. Now that bandwagon gonna be making jokes about it, all the memes. The same people. You like you the same person who just posted. We coming. That's how people are. That's what really is. We coming. And then they turn on them. I understand you can be mad and frustrated because you really was with it, but you got to see for what's really going on. This bigger than football at this point. It's bigger than football. It always been bigger than football. That's why everything but football was talked about. Oh, he's bringing the money. Oh, he's bringing, you know, he's bringing eyeballs. It's always bigger than football. Jealous of him, the Shador, the everything has been bigger than football. I mean, the stories, the people. He wearing jewelry. They got too many cameras, and it's like you spin on him as if he's taking away football, but everything at the end of the day is bigger than football. How you see yourself, you know, how you see yourself. And like you said, your insecurity is his security. Because what another man do ain't got nothing to do with me. I can talk about all the things another man do. I can talk about all the things another man do. That's none of my business. That's between him and his God, if he even got one, and if he's even a God in the first place, something else. So I'm done with the predictions. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? I see what rat is in that dog long. But they got a mole in the count. That you ain't gonna have no good football, guys. The football stuff until you get the football team on the same page. It ain't about a loss. It ain't about a heartbreaking loss. How many times I gotta say what we're seeing right now is bigger than football losses and wins. If they had a won, it was gonna be an issue, but it's definitely an issue that a loss. If they had a won, it was gonna be an issue. This is bigger than football. Like he been saying, eh, I hate winning and feel like I'm losing. This is bigger than football. I'm gonna let y'all get back to these football games. I don't even know if I want to watch this Washington Oregon. I don't even care. I appreciate all y'all showing up here. Greg said it again. All y'all should be liking, subscribing right now. Don't just sit here and you enjoying this content. We got more coming. Make sure you subscribe. Don't be no hater like you on Coach Prime. Don't be no hater. Just be there and be lurking in the back. go ahead and like. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to y'all soon.